Courtney Bjorlin. I'm in the ASUG News studio, and I'm very excited to be here with Mike Alpert from Avalara. Avalara does cloud-based sales tax automation with connections to over 350 different applications. So Mike, you are new to the SAP space. What do you think of the show so far?
It's been great. You know, we're new to SAP. We've been working in the SAP channel for about 6 months now, and introducing our product and our solutions to all the SAP customers that are here in Las Vegas, so it's been great.
Fantastic, so let's talk a little bit about sales tax automation and why you're seeing customers do this right now in particular, and in particular in the cloud.
Yeah, so in particular in the cloud, it's interesting. Sales tax is no stranger. It's been around and been a part of SAP native functionality, and there's been a number of SAP partners that have been doing sales tax for a long time. But all of those solutions have been traditionally on-premise solutions. So we're a pure cloud-based solution. We've been built that way for over 10 years. And people are real interested in that because, especially for the IT folks, it saves a bunch of labor. A bunch of labor that's involved in maintaining all these on-premise systems, both hardware side as well as data maintenance. You know, taxes change every single month, and every single month that they change, you have to apply data updates. So people are real interested in that. IT people are stretched so thin these days, and anything that's not core to helping them do their job and service their business partners, they want to get rid of.
Are you seeing it play out in particular in a particular space, say mergers and acquisitions, or in a particular industry? Is anything more popular right now?
Yeah, so one of our advantages, as you mentioned, is we connect over 350 different applications. And so in that scenario of mergers and acquisitions, you have to make that decision. Are we going to take the company's ERP system and let them still use it? Are we going to migrate them onto SAP or do something different? And in all those cases, we can usually connect and get them and use whatever system they're running and do all their tax calculations and returns filing and certificate management as well. So right out of the gate, that's a great scenario for us.
Which is huge, and you're seeing a penchant for this amongst customers. They're not nervous to put this kind of data into the cloud. You see a level of comfortability with this now.
Yeah, because what is in the cloud is really all of the tax rules, all of the tax jurisdictions, all of the information about what needs to be taxed and where and how. Rather than it being on an on-premise system, it's all maintained in the cloud, so all that maintenance is removed. So from a risk standpoint, there's really very little risk. They're pushing individual transactions over the cloud to us, and we're returning information back to them instantaneously. So there's very little risk in what we do from using the cloud standpoint. There's no sensitive information that's being shared inappropriately.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the trends you're seeing in this particular space. You know, you had mentioned the VAT tax. Let's see how that's playing out a little bit.
Yeah, just yesterday and today, we've had customers from Colombia and Ecuador and Canada and all over the place asking about international tax and international taxation. Of particular interest, a lot of people are asking questions about Brazil and India because those countries are really complex. And so native functionality within SAP usually handles VAT tax very easily because it's pretty standard, it goes across all transactions, but in places like Brazil and India, it gets really tricky. And so we're building out our capabilities to handle those kinds of situations, and we become that single vendor that can handle all of the tax needs that somebody has. So for global businesses, that's a big hot button that we've seen a lot lately. How do we handle all of these international things that we're going through?
And like you said earlier, it's just making the process a lot easier for the IT people on staff. They're not constantly have to apply these updates and patches and everything.
Absolutely. It takes that maintenance effort that's involved, and I've talked to people here today that have had to do that. They've had to take information and they have to apply it, they have to cleanse it, they have to run it through test and QA and staging and development, and that process takes time. And so, yeah, they're really happy to be alleviating that process and having accuracy at a different level, right? Our accuracy is down to the rooftop level rather than zip code +4, so that really ensures that you're compliant, ensures that you have accuracy in what you're trying to do.
Right. So let's close out by talking a little bit about what do you see for innovation in this particular space?
So for innovation, it's really about how to connect to multiple systems, right? And how to be able to have your specialty systems that are in different industries, a POS system at a retail location, and your ECC system, and an e-commerce system, whether it's Hybris or another application, and being able to have one consistent tax interface, one way to roll up all of the information for all the finance guys to be able to look at and be able to report and drill into and look at trends. That flexibility is going to be really key for people that are running in mixed environments.
The ease of cloud integration is such a huge topic for our members and our customers, and it's good to hear that it's completely on your radar.
Yeah, and that is really key from a time to implementation, right? Rather than it being a whole on-premise initiative, multiple consulting hours involved, we can usually get people live within 30 to 90 days on an ECC integration, so our time to market's really fast because all of that back-end data is already handled in the cloud.
Great. Mike, thanks so much for joining
Absolutely.
us in the studio. Have a great show.
Great,
Thanks
thank you.
for watching our coverage of TechEd. For more customer stories and customer news, please turn to asug.com and asugnews.com.